7 months ago, I first saw this pink poster appear in the window of a neighborhood restaurant for an after-dark mobile support group named Hit the Streets. The Instagram account advertised on the poster told the story of how two Ottawa women came together to help their more vulnerable neighbors in the city. Lux Mulvari and Kingsley Swim decided that everybody needs support amidst the pandemic, especially those living on the streets and sex workers.
Mobile street outreach outside of the hours of 9 to 5 when most services are open, like that is needed. We prioritize neighborhoods such as Centretown, Somerset West, Vanier, Beechwood, and Overbrook, so east and west. And we prioritize like anyone like living on the margins, but we initially started off with survival sex workers, those experiencing homelessness and food insecurity, and those battling addictions. A lot of the time that intersects. The community have just come through in so many ways, whether it be for monetary purposes like financial support or in-kind donations, that allowed us to redirect our efforts to creating these snack bags. At the beginning, it was just fruit, water, juice, and other little snacks. And then we started adding information about the free respite centers. We'd do that during the day, we'd pick up the food, and then at night we'd hit the streets.
Lux Mulvari, one half of the two-person founding team behind Hit the Streets, is no stranger to difficulty. Mulvari is a sex worker herself, which is why she declined to appear on camera. When news of the COVID-19 pandemic came to town, things became more difficult, especially for those working in her profession.
In my work and just, living in Canadian society as a stigmatized person, I understand, people who are frustrated that are, feel like they want to move forward, they want to do things in their lives, but because of, red tape from the system, they can't. You know what I mean? They don't show them any compassion, they don't show them any help, and it's the same I feel with me.
We have a lot of shared experiences with the people that we're supporting. So we know what that's like. And sometimes we don't. So sometimes we can empathize or sometimes we can sympathize. I am a former substance user, in harder drugs too. So it's easier for me, I guess, to empathize with some folks because I've been close to where they're at, right? And how it's so easy to kind of let stuff like that take over your life. And the importance of us seeing it as it is a disease, it is an illness, and it shouldn't be criminalized, and people like that deserve to be supported. They need nutrition, they need food, they need to make sure that somebody's checking in on them, and we do these wellness checks, not only just on the streets, but there, as I mentioned, the houses that we do visit. So just seeing them as human, because that is what they are. We just enjoy doing what we do. We enjoy connecting folks and connecting folks to resources that they need and meeting them where they're at. Social media has just been such a helpful tool. And so good to the point where one of them was following us, and then her job with the SPCO, the Social Planning Council of Ottawa, they ended up getting us this office space.
Well, Hit the Streets, actually, they're primarily on Instagram. So I think that without Instagram, I might not have ever heard of them. I did start seeing some of the work that they were doing, and I guess just by us, liking each other's posts, they started to see what we were doing. And Kingsley actually reached out to us and suggested that maybe there was something that we could do to collaborate or somehow work together. And that's kind of how the ball started rolling.
This brought Hit the Streets to the old Rideau High School, their new home. As employees of the Social Planning Council of Ottawa could all work from home, the SPCO offered up their own space to the cause. Hit the Streets has now evolved into a volunteer team of 6 individuals, and thanks to the Social Planning Council of Ottawa, they have recently become a sponsored organization.
You don't have to start, a whole organization to help. You can start with your neighbor. You can start in your neighborhood. You can start with the homeless person you see on the corner when you come off the highway, the elderly 90-year-old lady who lives 2 doors down from you who has no family. All these people are right next door to you, and you can just come and you can just go help them. And it doesn't take you know, a lot to help the community. Even if you help one person and you change that one person, you've made a difference.
We're always like thinking to ourselves and like, yeah, talking amongst ourselves, like, what can we do more? Like, what can we do better? Like we honestly don't feel like we're doing enough. Sometimes you feel helpless, like in the system, for sure. But that also helps us continue.
Winter is coming, but so is Hit the Streets, with their new daytime outreach programs and winter community care fundraisers. The newly sponsored organization is looking to help over 200 of their more vulnerable neighbors in Ottawa this December as it gets colder on the streets amidst a pandemic that has changed life as we know it.